Hey there! If you're looking for a fun and easy way to earn rewards, including cash and prizes, check out the link in the video description.
They are 30 American heroes who have June 6, 1944, forever etched in their memories. Even though some are more than 100 years old, they flew to Normandy to mark the day 80 years ago they fought for the liberation of Europe and lost their friends. As they remembered the part they played in the historic operation on the shores of northern France, they met President Joe Biden and shared their stories. One even had advice for the 81-year-old president as he grows old. Biden called them the greatest generation and leaned into one and said, "You saved the world." Then the veterans, some wrapped in blankets, were honored for making the ultimate sacrifice. In the summer of 1944, you were barely 20, maybe even younger. You had a family, friends, a wife, dreams, plans, and a future. And you left everything behind and risked everything for our independence and freedom. For that, thank you, French President Emmanuel Macron said. Here are some of the stories of those who met Biden, 8 decades on from the D-Day landings. Charles Baldwin, New Mexico. Mr. Baldwin enlisted in the Army Air Corps while a student at the University of New Mexico and served as a fighter pilot in the 23rd Fighter Squadron, 9th Air Force, which was known as the Flying Hawks. His squadron earned the Distinguished Unit Citation in September 1944 for missions flown from England and forward bases in France that supported the D-Day invasion and the Battle of the Bulge in Belgium. Edward L. Berthold, Illinois. Mr. Berthold enlisted in the Army Air Corps in 1943 and trained as a B-24 bomber pilot. He served in the 702nd Bombardment Squadron, 445th Bombardment Group, 8th Air Force. His third combat mission was on June 6, 1944, when he co-piloted a sortie to disable a bridge near St. Lo, to prevent Nazi reinforcements from reaching the beaches. In total, he flew 35 missions in only 2 months. After high school, he enlisted in the Army Air Corps because he didn't want to be in the infantry. Floyd Blair, Alabama. Mr. Blair graduated with an electrical engineering degree from Georgia Tech while a part of the Reserve Officer Training Corps and served in the 507th Fighter Squadron, 404th Fighter Group, 9th Air Force. He flew a P-47 Thunderbolt under the name Ramblin' Wreck. On June 6, 1944, Mr. Blair flew in 2 support missions across Omaha Beach as the Allied invasion began. He was promoted to captain in January and flew his 100th and final combat mission in April 1945. Donald Cobb, Indiana. Mr. Cobb enlisted in the U.S. Navy and served on the USS Murphy, which was assigned to cover the section of Omaha Beach where the 29th Infantry Division landed. The USS Murphy provided fire support for troop transports for more than a week, repelling Nazi forces firing from land and sea. Von Collicott, Wisconsin. Mr. Collicott enlisted in the Navy in 1943 and served on the USS Meredith. On June 6, 1944, he provided transport and gun support to troops landing on Utah Beach. After D-Day, he served in the Pacific and was in Guam when Japan surrendered. Dominic Critelli, Italy, New York. Mr. Critelli served in 378th Infantry Regiment, 479th Field Artillery Regiment, supporting intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions. He landed in Normandy and fought during the Battle of the Bulge. Sidney, Sid Edson, New York. Mr. Edson served in the 491 Bomb Group, 8th Air Force. On D-Day, he was a radio operator and gunner in a B-24 Liberator. He received the Distinguished Flying Cross for his service. Edson, now 100, has said of his service, "I just did what I had to do." Robert, Bob, Gibson, New Jersey. Mr. Gibson was drafted into the United States Army in March 1943 and assigned as AM-4 high-speed tractor driver to the Battery A, 116th Anti-Aircraft Artillery Battalion, 1st Army. On June 6, 1944, Mr. Gibson's unit landed in the second wave on Utah Beach. He later served in the Battle of the Bulge. Now 100 years old, he shared a touching moment with President Biden where he said, "Don't get old." Marvin Gilmore, Jr., Ohio/Massachusetts. Mr. Gilmore served in one of the few Black American combat units, the 458th Anti-Aircraft Artillery Automatic Weapons Battalion, until it was disbanded in April 1944. While Black Americans were disproportionately underrepresented in combat roles, 3%, approximately 7.